Ultimately, I want them to be their academic best. I want them to succeed. I want them to move on to the next level, whether that's their sophomore year or college. I want them to move on and be their best self. My name is Hammons. I teach at Harrison High School, and last year and this year, I teach Honors 9 all day.
It's my honor, it's my privilege to get to present this check for $1,000.
Hey, donuts, people!
Oh, that's a lot of donuts. Excellent. So, congratulations.
Thank you. Earlier in my career, I taught Basic 9 and Basic 10. And I'd had no experience with special ed students, IEPs, 504s. I had no idea what any of that was. But I had some very good friends I made right away who helped me through that process and taught me how to teach that, how to record that, how to grade that, how to work with that. And that was very successful for me. And even though I don't teach basic or co-taught special ed classes now, there are plenty of children in honors who also have challenges. I mean, my goal is to get you through it, not to stall you, not to say, well, I don't think that'll work, or, well, are you going to email that on time? I mean, my goal is to say, look at you taking care of yourself, look at you self-advocating, look at you figuring it out on your own, instead of just showing up and saying, I have terrible handwriting, what are you going to do? And then also becoming a community. I tell them on the first day or two in honors, I say, look around. I said, these are your people. You're going to be in honors English, bio, chemistry, physics. I said, you're going to be in all these classes together. So these are your people. You need to get to know them. You need to, bond with them. When we do group activities, you need to be invested in these people. They always kind of look around because they're all coming from middle school and they don't know everybody. But the thought is that we all have to come together so that we can all get there at the end. Literature can be relevant. Like right now, we're reading Charles Dickens' Great Expectations, which was written in 1860. And so your first thought is, why do we care about these old English people? Well, that's not what it's about. It opens with a 7-year-old getting accosted in a cemetery by a convict. And immediately the kids are like, now, wait a minute, what? And I'm like, right. There have been little kids and convicts since the start of time. Now, not necessarily meeting in a graveyard, but everything that happens has happened since the beginning of time. In here, everybody's about 13. It doesn't matter how old you get, you're about 13. Things hurt your feelings, you fall in love, out of love, you get your heart broken, you're sad, you're down, there's a death, there's a loss of some sort. And even though you would think, oh, well, she's an adult, in here, everybody's about 13. And I said, so starting way back with the caveman and into millennia, people will have these same feelings and emotions. They're just wearing different clothes. It doesn't matter what era we're in. Everybody has the same feelings and emotions. I want everyone to feel welcome at school. I want everyone to know that I'm available, that my room's open. And yeah, I want to read and write and learn vocabulary and, increase our knowledge of the world and, our emotional makeup. But also, I think there are so many people, not just kids, but people in the world who don't feel welcomed or don't feel accepted. And after the first period they have with me, the first class they have with me, I know they're overwhelmed. But day 2 and 3 and 4, they find out that nobody in that building cares more for them than I do. And that I'm going to take care of whatever they need. And that goes from giving people lunch money to reporting a bully in the cafeteria to letting them hang out in my room and crochet after school. It's a little bit of everything. But I always want them to feel welcome.